One final time, I'm asking you. Leave my yacht now. Her voice sliced through the pulsing music like a blade. The hostess stood resolute, her gaze fixed on him, steady and unyielding. He remained still, silent, offering no response. The crowd froze, breaths held. Some smirked behind their champagne flutes. Others averted their eyes, but all were riveted. Security's on its way, she barked. He lifted his head. When he spoke, his 5 words, quiet yet piercing, stopped the room cold. Do you know who I am? No raised voice, no rage, just raw truth. What happens next? Will he walk away or shift the entire scene? If you want to witness dignity triumph over bias, subscribe now. This tale isn't finished. A chilling silence engulfed the deck as Eliza's voice echoed across the water, cutting through the music, chatter, and opulence. For a moment, no one stirred. Glasses paused midair. Every guest became acutely aware of their stance and allegiance. Marcus Reed didn't waver, even as a security guard approached, hesitant, eyes flickering between the hostess and the man she aimed to dismiss. Moments ago, no one could have predicted this night would become legendary. Now, phones emerged in discreet hands, eager for drama. Every face carried a different calculation: risk, humiliation, or guilt. Only Eliza and Marcus seemed untouched by fear, for entirely different reasons. The guard spoke softly. "Sir, I'll need you to come with me." Marcus raised a steady hand. "No need. I'll clarify this myself." He turned, not to the guard, but to the onlookers. "Does anyone here know who invited me tonight?" His voice, though soft, carved through the facade like a knife. An older man in a sharp navy suit, a board member, stiffened, realization dawning. Across the deck, a woman in a scarlet gown whispered, "My God, that's Marcus Reed." Eliza, unyielding, crossed her arms. "Names don't grant access. We have protocols for a reason." Her sneer clung to her fading authority. Marcus exhaled deeply, raising a black card with gold embossing for all to see. The silence grew heavier. Even doubters recognized it. "The founding investor's card," someone murmured, reverence in their voice. "Only a few have those." Eliza's confidence wavered. The guard stepped back, hands raised. Murmurs rippled through the crowd. "Is this for real? Why treat him like that? Who does she think she is?" But Eliza pushed forward, her voice cracking yet defiant. "The list is set. If you're not on it, you're not welcome. That's my role." She jabbed at her clipboard, hands shaking as she flipped pages, refusing to face the truth. Her fingers fumbled her phone. "Fine. Let's resolve this with the director now." She dialed, putting the call on speaker for all to hear. Every guest watched her, not Marcus. Her voice was sharp, brittle. "There's a man claiming investor status, but he's not on my list. I'm having him removed for security." A pause, then the director's voice, icy and clear. "Eliza, that's Marcus Reed, our primary investor. Your sole task tonight was to ensure his comfort. If he's been disrespected, the board will handle it immediately." Eliza's face drained of color. She stumbled over her words. "I wasn't informed. There's been an error." But the director pressed on, voice rising for all to hear. "No error. You had the updated list. If you didn't review it, that's on you. Apologize to Mr. Reed now." For the first time, Eliza wavered, her eyes frantic. The crowd shifted, whispers growing sharp and critical. Phones now filmed openly. Someone in a blue blazer chuckled, "She's done for." Another muttered, "She deserves it." Still grasping for control, Eliza forced a smile. "Mr. Reed, I'm sorry for the confusion. Security is tight these days." But Marcus's gaze was unwavering. "You didn't check the list. You didn't glance at my card. You just assumed." The board member who'd recognized him stepped forward. "Mr. Reed, we're deeply sorry. You're not just welcome, you're essential to our success." The event manager, having climbed from below deck, appeared with 2 senior organizers, his expression stern. "Eliza, your badge. You're done here. Security, escort her off the yacht." A stunned silence fell. Eliza stammered. Wait, this is a mistake. You can't do this. But the manager's voice was final. Your job was to respect our guests, especially those who made this event possible. You've embarrassed us all. Leave. Security acted swiftly. The guard, once hesitant, now stood firm behind her. This way, ma'am. His tone left no room for argument. Eliza's shoulders sagged. She tried to compose herself, but her legs shook. She scanned the crowd for allies. None appeared. Guests turned away, some glaring, some indifferent, a few openly delighted. As she was led past the bar, whispers turned to laughter, then applause. It started softly, then grew. Guests, staff, even the band joined in. Each clap drove her humiliation deeper, a public lesson etched for all to see. Marcus watched, neither gloating nor smirking. He stood tall, dignified, his victory complete but not cruel. As Eliza vanished, the atmosphere shifted. Relief, even warmth, swept the deck. The band launched into an upbeat melody. Guests who'd ignored Marcus now approached, offering apologies, introductions, and eager smiles. A woman in red, eyes shining, whispered, "Thank you." People like her only learn when they're exposed. Marcus gave a small, genuine nod. It's never too late to see someone's true worth. Young entrepreneurs gathered around, seeking advice, sharing their own stories of being overlooked. Marcus listened, offering encouragement, giving each his full focus. As the party regained its rhythm, the new hostess, gracious and respectful, stepped forward, beaming with gratitude. Mr. Reed, thank you for showing us what true leadership looks like. Marcus replied, respect isn't about wealth or status. It's about how you treat the person standing before you. As the yacht glided past city lights, talk turned to hope, dreams, and fresh starts. Marcus slipped below deck for a quiet toast with the crew. He thanked them, recalling his own days as one of them, invisible. They raised glasses to him, their eyes bright with pride and respect. On the dock, Eliza stumbled off the yacht. Her phone buzzed relentlessly, angry calls from her boss, messages from colleagues, notifications of severed group chats, her email access revoked. She leaned against a cold lamp post, staring at the water, knowing her career was shattered. Her name would become a warning in every event planning circle. Back on the yacht, the event manager took the microphone, his voice firm with resolve. Let's never forget, every person here matters. Tonight taught us that the hard way. Thank you, Mr. Reed, for your grace and strength. Marcus raised his glass, not to vengeance, but to resilience. The guests joined him, applause rising again. The city skyline glowed, bearing witness to the night's transformation. A business journal reporter, having seen it all, approached Marcus. Will you share your story? The world needs this. Marcus smiled faintly. Tell them this. You can't judge someone's value by their appearance, clothes, or origins. The real measure is how you treat others when you think no one important is watching. As guests disembarked, a young waiter, eyes alight with admiration, slipped a note into Marcus's hand. Thank you for standing tall. I'll never forget this night. Marcus read it, his heart swelling quietly. He glanced at the deck, now alive with genuine smiles and laughter, and felt a burden lift. This wasn't just his victory. It was for everyone who'd ever been told they didn't belong. Eliza faded into the night, a shadow of her own errors. Her name, now a cautionary tale. The world she tried to command had rejected her, and justice, true, public, undeniable, had prevailed. As the screen dims, the story lingers. Dignity, courage, and the truth that doing right can change more than one life. If this story resonated, subscribe to True Tales Network. More truths await, and the next could be yours. The city lights glimmered on the harbor as Marcus stood at the railing, the cool night air brushing his skin. The music and laughter had softened, warmed by newfound respect. He caught the eyes of guests who now saw him clearly, not as their assumptions painted him. He didn't need their applause or apologies. The real triumph was the shift in the room, the crumbling of barriers, the reach for understanding over power. In that moment, Marcus knew strength isn't loud, it's steadfast. The greatest change comes from standing firm, letting truth speak. He watched guests mingle freely, their conversations deeper, more open. Even the staff moved with newfound ease. Tonight, dignity had rewritten the narrative, its impact echoing beyond the yacht's return to shore. As Marcus turned to go, the skyline sparkled, proof that the world and its people could evolve. If this story stirred you, share it. Like, subscribe, and join True Tales Network, where every tale has the power to spark the next.